the comic strip area, and like the King Kong, like that stuff is ignorable.
Exactly.
Completely.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Except for Spider-Man, but yeah, you're right. I mean, you just.
Yeah,
I mean, Spider-Man's fine, I guess, but it's
yeah, they did. It was nice. We wrote it. It was good.
Yeah, and then he comes out and visits you. Yeah,
Twip.
Yeah.
But we spent a lot of time in the Harry Potter parks, and those are still wonderful. Like everything there is great. They're still killing it with the Harry Potter stuff. Velocicoaster was great. We did buy the second generation wands. So if people are interested in the second generation wands, they're very cool. I actually think it's worth buying a second generation wand if you haven't gotten one.
The second generation wands are also on sale at the older parks?
Yes.
And
they work at the older parks. So
they work at the older parks.
They redid the wand experiences at the older parks so that they have more interactive opportunities with these second generation wands.
Nice.
And so now instead of it just being like going to the window and doing spells, they have like a whole sequence of it kind of reminded me of Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. There's like a whole adventure in every park. And then it's not just one, they have multiple adventures in every park that you can pick from. So it's like, do you want to do Defense Against the Dark Arts? Do you want to do Quidditch? Do you want to do like there's a bunch of different stuff.
I think a better comparison actually is what Disney tried to do with the data pad in Galaxy's Edge.
Oh
okay.
But it never really caught on.
Yeah.
I think Universal sort of nailed it with the second gen wands and the quests that you do there. The data pad was always kind of like random and okay, what do I do now? Where do I go? And what does this mean? The second gen wand seemed just like really clear. This is your mission. This is your quest. Oh, you've completed that mission. Here's what happened. I don't know. It seemed like a more complete experience than what Disney did with the data pads.
Okay.
Well, what they've done is they've added screens into the windows, like very small ones on the side that give you a new spell. So you'll do the spell that's like for the regular window that you would have done before. But then for the second generation ones, you get like a second or a third task to do at that same window. And then you unlock something else in the window that's interactive, like a game or a task, or you have to trace something with your wand or complete some other mission in that same window. And then it sends you to the next window and you go do that. And
so you said there's a little screen in the window that teaches you this?
It looks like a book, yeah, but there's like a second in like the lower left-hand corner usually that the book will come alive and give you instructions for your adventure if you have the second generation wand.
Oh, wow.
That is nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. And they added some new stuff too. There was, particular, do you guys remember Nocturne Alley?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there was a stairwell that was kind of unused. I don't know if it was like a cast thing or what, but they've now like sort of blocked it off and added a scrim. And there's a whole Defense Against the Dark Arts, like Dementor task that happens there. And they use projection technology and it looks incredible. And it's like the finale of one of the adventures at Diagon Alley. And I felt really bad because we were waiting in line to do it. And so the two people ahead of us did the Dementor thing, whatever. And then the people that were next up only had the first generation wand. And so they tried to do the spell and nothing happened. And a cast member, or they call them team members there. The team member came up and they were like, I'm sorry, we don't have the right wand. And so you're going to have to go over there.
That's what I was thinking. If you got a first generation
one. You got to have the fancy wand.
Your wand's not good enough for this magic.
They should have an impulse buy cart right next to it.
Yeah,
It's like, here, for this price.
Yes, take your welfare wand out of here.
What they need to do is like a trade in your old wand here for 50.
Yeah. Get a discount.
A buyback program.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
What?
A buyback wand program.
Yes.
We did it, but what we noticed was when you buy your second generation wand in the app, you like connect it and you tell it like what house you're in and you pick your Patronus and you pick your like your icon thing that should anyway, your Patronus shows up when you're fighting the Dementor. So like
I didn't know any of this.
The
what
other one we
Patronus
saw.
did you pick?
Oh, I picked a Phoenix.
Oh, come on, Jesus.
I'm a Gryffindor.
What house did you pick?
Gryffindor. I know he's
What would you pick, Jeff?
Yeah, I was going to say, Ravenclaw?
Absolutely, Danny.
Look like a Ravenclaw man.
I was wearing the Ravenclaw shirt.
Now, so when you're standing there in line, because that was one of the things, I love Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, but when you're 3 to 4 people deep in line and you're watching everyone just kind of do the exact same thing that you're about to do, it kind of cheapens the experience. Did you find it like that or did it alternate at all?
A little bit. It does change. The other thing too is that not everybody's doing the same adventure as you.
Okay.
And so if they're doing a different adventure, they might be at the same window, but something totally different happens.
Cool.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but if you are behind someone who's doing the same adventure, you do kind of see it before you do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was one thing I didn't like about sorcerers is that, you would watch it happen 4 times before you got to do it. And by that point, you were like, eh.
That's like the pirates thing.
Then
Yeah.
it kills
in
it
Adventureland.
if you're
Yeah.
invested in it. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
But sometimes it wouldn't do that. So, or sometimes it was different. It depended on the adventure people were doing. But
Better
kinda
have
cool.
that second generation wand though. You get no experience and you get the first generation.
First gen shame.
yes. So I thought that was particularly cool. It was butterbeer season. So we got some special butterbeer treats. The ice lolly was it's just a popsicle, but the butterbeer popsicle was a standout in the butterbeer season treats.
It's my favorite version of butterbeer.
Well, what's butterbeer season?
Is that like Oktoberfest?
It's like March to May. They call it butterbeer season.
I didn't know.
It's a marketing scheme.
Oh, that's when the butterbeer is most ripe.
Yes, most right. So we did some of the butterbeer season treats, and that was pretty much it. We rode Velocicoaster, but we did get stuck waiting for it because weather came through. And so we ended up not getting to ride that day, but they gave us the special
The
you
Ruby
could use
Pass.
the Ruby Pass.
Ruby
They gave us
Pass.
special express passes to come back a different day, and we just used them on Hagrid's because, like we said, that next day we came back, there was no wait for anything except
Nice.
Hagrid's, so we used it there.
Nice.
Right, 'cause typically, their express passes that they give you, they exclude Hagrid's and the Velocicoaster, I think.
No, Velocicoaster's on express pass now.
Right, but when they hand you the passes, they're
The
like
we're
those
sorry.
paper passes
Yeah.
that they hand you as compensation for something.
It usually
they typically exclude
excludes
Velocicoaster and Hagrid's. This one, the red one, if you get that, is like the keys to the kingdom. You can go on absolutely anything.
I have heard there's a gold one now at Epic Universe that includes everything at Epic Universe, including ministry. Yeah, including ministry.
How do you get that?
it if ministry breaks down while
You
you're
got to
on
get
it.
the third generation wand to get that.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I actually have read a couple of accounts of people who had posted that it broke down while they were on it, and the cast members were like, "Sorry, we're in rehearsal. Tough luck."
I heard
It's
about the
interesting
gold
that
pass.
they have something.
And get a better wand.
Yeah.
Here's
we
a
told you we were working on stuff.
Enjoy this butterbeer treat.
Yeah. We in season.
That was kind of that for the other parks.
Okay.
You know, we ate some good stuff. We had our plowman's platter, like I've been talking about.
There you go.
Nice.
Was it good? Was it everything you?
It's fantastic.
It's
Okay.
fantastic every time. We went to Cowfish. We had the fire whiskeys that we love. So we did all the old things on those other 2 days.
Fire whiskey
Fire
and the
whiskey.
Strongbow cider.
Yes.
Fire whiskey.
All right.